over 72 hours after Cameroonians went to the poll to elect the President of the Republic and are waiting peacefully in calm and serenity for the proclamation of the results by the competent authority, the Minister of Territorial Administration and the Secretary General of the CPDM Central Committee have issued two separate communiques containing very disturbing revelations susceptible to disrupt the peaceful social climate that reigns across the 10 regions of the country. Both communiques are very timely and well crafted to illustrate the gravity of what the MINAT boss Paul Atanganji described as an outright violation of the law governing the electoral process in Cameroon. Referencing the FSNC candidate Issa Chiruma Bakari, who has proclaimed himself winner of the October 12 presidential election through a video that has gone viral on social media. The Minister of Territorial Administration and Jean Kwete of the CPDM Central Committee are unanimous that the irresponsible action of the FSNC presidential aspirant committed in complicity with some partners at home and abroad was premeditated and intended to sow seeds of confusion and discord in the minds of Cameroonians at a time when all hands are on deck to ensure the credibility and the transparency of Cameroon's electoral process. In both communiques, the authenticity of the election results in Issa Chiruma's possession was put to question for a candidate that could barely provide polling agents in half of the 31,000 polling stations across the country. Yet, he claims to be in possession of the results of the election. The fake results, according to Minister Paul Atanganji, could only come from an illegal platform created prior to the election to manipulate and truncate the result of the poll for egoistic reasons. In the face of these disquieting revelations, the boss of Territorial Administration and government agent on election matters has assured the national and international community that the electoral process in Cameroon is well on course and that the report of the election will be forwarded to the competent authority, that is the Constitutional Council, for the proclamation of the results as stipulated by the law in force within 15 days from the close of the poll. On his part, the CPDM Central Committee Chief Scribe, while acknowledging all the stakeholders of the electoral process for their positive input towards the success of the election, notably the defense and security forces under the supervision of the administrative authorities, Mr. Jean Kwete addressed his very sincere thanks and gratitude to all his electors who voted for the CPDM candidate, President Paul Biya, stating that by their choice, they have clearly chosen the path of stability, peace, the consolidation of national unity, and the ongoing effort to fast-track progress and emergence of Cameroon. Meanwhile, this recent wave of misinformation, disinformation and defiance of the law and state authorities perpetrated by some political leaders and their accomplices shines a spotlight on the unpatriotic character of some party officials whose lone political agenda is to sacrifice the country's sacrosanct republican values on the altar of greed and self-aggrandizement, and who will never deliver on their campaign promises to the people. Cameroonians are knowledgeable enough and will not again fall prey to cheap propaganda and cheap popularity.